Hello everybody and welcome to another episode of Draw with Rob. With me, there I am, Rob Biddulph. Now, I am a children's author and illustrator. Have you seen my new picture book? It's called Gigantic. It's all about a whale. It's about a whale, a blue whale, as we know, the biggest creature on the earth, but this particular blue whale is a very small blue whale. And let's see, look, there he is with his little friend Myrtle. And look, this is his brother, Titan, who's not very nice to him. He teases him for being little, but if you're little, look, he's brilliant at doing these flippity flops and these tail spins, but Titan's a bit jealous. But don't worry, because Gigantic is going to come into his own. Look, when Titan gets stuck, gets beached, look, all the little creatures from the sea, they help him out. So check that one out. It's a very nice, it's a little underdog story. Maybe you've seen my chapter books. This is the newest one of my chapter books. It's the third and final book in the Peanut Jones trilogy. It's called The End of the Rainbow, and it's a story about this girl here, Peanut, who finds a magic pencil. Everything that she draws with this pencil becomes real. and there's also, she finds herself in a totally illustrated city, an illustrated world. She's got a missing dad. There's bad guys who want to rid the world of all its creativity, all that kind of stuff. And look, loads and loads of drawings, 2-colour drawings in the hardback. This is a very, very nice thing. Look, there's lots of famous artworks as well that appear in this book, like The Last Supper, that kind of thing. So check that one out. What else? I think that's it. I think that's all I'm going to tell you about, because I think we should do a drawing together. What do you think? Let's cut to the chase. Let's do a drawing together. Now, at my live events and on email and in the letters that I get sent from my readers and from my little artists, I get lots of requests of things to do in my Draw with Rob videos. And recently, I would say maybe in the last year or so, there is one creature that keeps popping up. And do you know what? It's a creature that I had never heard of until about a year ago. And it's something called an axolotl. Axolotl. Isn't that a funny word? And look how it's spelled. A-X-O-L-O-T-L. What a funny little word. So I was like, what on earth's an axolotl? And do you know what? At my event at Edinburgh Festival this year, one little girl, she had like a soft toy axolotl, and it was very, very cute. And I thought, do you know what? I have to do an axolotl video. So I looked them up, these creatures. So what they are, they're amphibians, okay? They're sort of like a type of salamander. Okay, but there's some interesting facts about them. I'll get to those a bit later. But so they're these kind of amphibians. They live under the water. People have them sometimes in big fish tanks and that kind of thing. But they are the most extraordinary looking creatures you've ever seen. Look, do you want to see a picture of one? Okay, here we go. Here is a photo of an axolotl. I know. Amazing. Incredible. Look at that. Look at those little pink things sticking out. They're so cool. Do you know what they are? They are the axolotl's gills. Do you know that amphibians, most amphibians, they lose their gills as they sort of get older, and that's how they can get out of the water and walk around on land and breathe the air. But do you know what? Axolotls, they never lose their gills, so they can never leave the water, so they always live in the water. But they are those gills, those pink things are their gills. That's amazing, isn't it? I thought it was like their hairstyle or something, but no, it's their gills. And I think that's what makes them so cute. That, and look at that lovely face. It's amazing. And hang on, here's another picture. Just switch the picture over. There we go. And look, you can see that lovely long tail sort of flailing out behind the axolotl. And look, they're so cute, right? So cute. Perfect for a nice episode of Draw with Rob. So, shall we draw one? Right, what are you going to need? You're going to need a piece of paper. You're going to need a pen or a pencil, something to draw with. You're probably going to need some nice colours a bit later. If you haven't got any colours, don't worry, you can just colour in with your pencil. That's absolutely fine. This is how Draw with Rob works. Lots of people say to me they don't think they're very good at drawing. I say nonsense. Everybody can draw. Some people just need a bit of help with the order that we do the drawing in. Now that's where I come in, because we are going to break this little drawing of an axolotl. We're going to break it down into little tiny bite-sized pieces. Sorry, I'm being distracted. My dog, Ringo, you all know Ringo, right? My dog. He's outside my... Ringo, what are you doing? Ringo, he's outside my studio and he's going to start barking. Can you just excuse me for one second? I'm going to let Ringo in. Hang on, I'll just go and get him. Ringo! Come on, come in. Come on, you're holding up this video. Good boy. Right, you're going to lie down. There we go. Now you can stay in here, Ringo, but you have to be quiet. So I'm talking to the boys and girls. Okay, I'm showing them how to draw an axolotl. That's right, an axolotl. So keep quiet. Sorry about that, everybody. I'm back in my seat now. I'm ready to go. Right, where was I? Yes, we're going to break this drawing of an axolotl down into bite-sized pieces. That means I'm going to draw a little bit on my piece of paper here, like a little shape or a line, something like that, not too much. Then you stop this video and you copy what I do, okay? Start me up again, I will draw a bit more. Pause me, you will draw. Start me up, I draw. Pause me, you draw. I draw, you draw, I draw, you draw, I draw, you draw. And by the end, we are going to have a very, very cute drawing of a very cute axolotl. Okay, don't worry if yours doesn't look exactly like mine as we're going. You know, if I draw a sort of circle thing and yours isn't quite a perfect circle, don't you worry about that at all. Whatever you do, don't screw your drawing up and start again. Okay, keep on going. I often find it's those little imperfections or those things that you think aren't quite perfect. Do you know what? That's what gives your drawing character at the end. So just keep on drawing till the very end. I promise you're going to end up with something you're super pleased with. Right. Let's start this axolotl. I'm excited about this one. Honestly, the most amazing creature, right? The most amazing creature. So, here we go. Let's start. We're going to go right in the middle of our piece of paper, maybe slightly above center, actually. And what I want you to draw is a kind of nice big sort of oval shape. Not quite an egg shape. It's more sort of like, it's got two, quite often we do this shape actually for our characters' heads, right? This is the axolotl's head. It's sort of like a baked bean, not a baked bean, a baked bean shape, like that. And as you can see, mine is slightly at an angle, like that. I've got my nice brush pen here, which does these lovely thick lines. Can you see where it's slightly imperfect, where the brush mark works? I really love that. It really gives texture to my drawing, I think. And what it means is you can go in afterwards and just slightly edit your line. So there we go, a baked bean. Right, that's going to be our axolotl's head. Next we're going to do our axolotl's body, and that is going to come down from here, and that's going to be slightly more round. And it's going to be smaller as well. We're going to do quite a small body. So a big old head, a small body. We're going to make our axolotl super cute. So there we go. Just almost like a circle that disappears behind our baked bean. Right, next, let's give our axolotl some arms and legs. We're going to do an arm coming out to the side here, like that. And I'm going to do it slightly wider at this end than at the end that joins the body. Okay? We're going to do the same over here. So again, slightly narrow to wide, just like that. Two little arms. Let's do two little legs. We're going to do the legs coming out about here, exactly the same. A leg, and then we'll do the other leg. We'll do it about here, I think. Like so. Cute! I like this guy already. Okay. Let's do, I'll tell you what we're going to do next. So we're going to do the gills. Do you remember those gills? Those sort of three things that are sticking out from the side of our axolotl's head. Okay, that's what we're going to do next. So we are going to go, we'll start with the top one. So our top sort of gill on this side is sort of like a sausage shape. It's going to come round and it's going to go slightly up towards the top of our page like that. And again, we're just going to get a bit narrower as we get closer to the head. Okay, one sausage. Let's do the next sausage. So we're going to leave a gap about the same width as our first gill. We're going to leave that gap again, and we're going to do the other one coming out here. This is going to be a slightly flatter angle, so it's going to come out like that, curve around. Again, we're going to make it slightly narrower where it joins the head. Third one, leave the same gap again. We're going to go out, along, and back in. There we go. Such funny looking things. We're going to do the same three gills on this side here. They're sort of like feathery gills, aren't they? We're going to add a bit more detail to these in a minute. So we're going to try and draw them similar size to the ones we did on that side. We try and make it as sort of symmetrical as we can. Maybe narrower where it joins the head. Leave the gap in between as we did before. This one's going to come out a little bit flatter, like that. You can see I'm sort of, sometimes I start one line, then I do the other line before I do the curved end, but it's up to you. Do it however you want to do it. You can just go round in one big curve if you want. And then the last bit of this gill side, this side of the gills. Oh, I'm not making any sense, am I? Never mind. It's there. There we go. And there is the axolotl signature gill setup. Do you know axolotls are they're well, for a start, they are critically endangered species, the axolotl. They think it's estimated they're on the, well, first of all, they're on the IUCN red list, and they estimate that there's only 1,000 of them left in the wild. Now that is an unbelievable. 1,000 sounds like a lot sometimes, but in this case, it's a very, very small number, and that's partly because they're only found in one place in the world, one very specific place, and that's a lake. It's called Lake. Now I'm going to try and pronounce this right because it begins with an X, and it's called Lake. I think you say it Xochimilco, okay, and it's very near Mexico City, Mexico. Right, and it's one lake, and it's kind of like a lake and a system of canals around this lake, but that's the only place in the world that these axolotls can be found in the wild. Lots of them are, lots of people keep them in captivity, so there are more than that in the world, but in the wild there's only 1,000, so they're critically endangered, and lots of people are trying to do their very, very best to make sure that this species doesn't go extinct, so fingers crossed. What else can I tell you about them? Well, they're about 20, when they're fully grown, they're about 25 centimeters long, so about that long, not huge, these things. And I'll tell you what my favorite axolotl fact is. They can regrow their body parts, right? So if they accidentally lose their tail or one of their legs or something like that, it grows back again. I mean, talk about superpower. That is so impressive, isn't it? Right, what should we draw next? We need to draw the tail. Now the tail's going to come from here, and we're going to come with this tail. I think we should come all the way. Let's start with this side, right? So we're going to go round the foot like that. And I think they've got quite a nice long tails. Let's go in a curve around here. It's almost like it's slightly sort of as if we're drawing a big circle, but we'll stop there. Then we're going to change our minds. We're going to turn back. We're going to follow our curve back round, but we're going to get a bit like with the arms and the legs. We're going to get slightly wider as we get back to where we came from, okay? So it's like that. So it sort of goes to a bit of a point at the end, albeit a curvy point, like so. There we go. And there's our axolotl's tail. So basically, that is our axolotl's silhouette, but we have got quite a few details to add, not least our axolotl's face. Right, so these are such cute creatures. I'm going to give this axolotl a very cute face. So we're going to start with the eyes, okay? So we're going to let's do them quite high up the face, I think. This one's almost as if it's looking up. So we're going to draw a circle over here, about that size. So what's that, about a centimetre in diameter? And then we're going to do another one over this side of the head. Same size. We need to always try and get our eyes so they're the same size, right? Like so. I'm just going to switch to my thinner pen now because it makes it a bit easier to do this bit. Because what I want you to do, inside the eyes, we're going to draw another circle, sort of up in that corner. We're going to do the same on this one here. So we've drawn sort of two circles within the eye. Then we're going to draw yet another circle down here, much smaller, like that. Okay. Then we're just going to colour in around them. And you will see that we have drawn our axolotl's eyes. They're a bit sort of manga style, these eyes, aren't they? When you have the two sort of highlights, the two white circles within an eye like that, it's a very sort of signature manga move. And I know lots of you like drawing manga style illustrations. My daughters loved doing manga style illustrations when they were younger. So I think it's very cool. And look, that just makes our axolotl immediately look very sweet. The next thing we're going to do, in between the eyes, we're going to give our axolotl a little mouth. Okay, so what we're going to do a little smiley mouth. It's going to be a happy axolotl right in the middle, like that. That is cute. So I've done it. I didn't do it quite in the middle. Look, you can see it's over to one side of it, but I don't think that matters. Remember, I said if you think you're making a mistake, you're probably not. It's fine. It just adds to the character of your drawing. Okay, that's all I'm going to do for the face for now. I'm going to add, when I colour it in, I might add a bit more detail here and there, and I might add some eyebrows. I'm not sure yet. I haven't made that decision quite yet. But what we're now going to do is add some detail to these feathery gills, okay? And what I want to do, because they sort of have these, if you remember the photo, they had all the, it almost looks like little hairs sticking off the bottom side of these gills, and I guess that's what helps kind of filter the water when they're taking in the water, because the gills are their kind of breathing mechanism, right? So what we are going to do, we are going to do that, but we're going to add a bit of decorative kind of detail for our illustration. But the first thing I want you to do is we're going to do lots of little lines coming off the bottom of these gills like that. So we just sort of follow the curve around with these little lines like that, and we stop when we get to the top there. And I'm going to do that on all 6 of my little gills. I'm going to go into super speed mode to do it, so I'll see you back here in a couple of seconds. Here we go. Okay, so there we go. There's all the lines coming off the bottom of the gills. And now what we're going to do, we're going to add just lots of little circles to the end of every single line. And this is going to be, I mean, it's a slightly stylized version of what they actually look like in real life, but that's what we do with cartoons. We make up nice shapes that sort of simplify what we see in real life and make it sort of illustrative and cartoony. See? That is cool. It looks a bit like a little sort of like the fringing of a dress or something like that, doesn't it? But we're now going to go, so now I'm going to go into super speed mode again. I'm going to add the dots to all of these lines. See you in a couple of seconds. Here we go. 1, 2, 3. There we go. There's the detail added to my axolotl's gills. What do you think? Pretty cool, huh? Do you see what I mean? It's just nice and sort of decorative. Really, really lovely part of our illustration. I think when you add these little details, sometimes it really, really adds value to your illustration. Speaking of detail, we need to add a bit more detail to the tail, because the tail is kind of, it sort of has a frill around the tail. Okay, and I'll show you what I mean. We're going to start at this end, the pointy end of the tail. What we're going to do, I want you to draw just a little sort of curvy shape like that, not quite touching, just a little bit away from the end of the tail. And then what we're going to do, we're going to do a wavy line, like sort of watery wavy line like this. It just goes all the way along the tail. So we're going to follow the curve of the tail around, but we're always going to keep 0.5 centimetre or so away from it like that, and then it's going to disappear behind that leg. And let's do the same thing on this side. So can you see what I'm doing? I'm just going up and down, in and out, as I follow the curve of our axolotl's tail round. And what that does, I'm using a slightly thinner pen as well than my big brush pen. Sometimes it really adds to your drawing if you have thick and thin lines going on. And I'm just going to follow the tail around like that, and can you see I've added this kind of frill all the way around our lovely curvy axolotl tail. And do you know what? That is the outline of our axolotl finished. There's lots of detail. We've got a very cute face. I like it a lot. But you know what? If you can colour, if you do have some colours, this is when you can go crazy with your axolotl, because they in real life they sort of come in a few different colour varieties. Makes it sound like you can buy them in the supermarket, right? Doesn't it? You can choose which colour you want, but they're all sorts of different colours. I'm going to do mine nice and pink, because I think, when I think of an axolotl now, although I've only known them for the last year, I think of them as being pink, so mine's mainly going to be sort of pink, but yours can be any colour you like, rainbow colours. That's what I really want to see. Anything you like. You can add patterns to the tail, to the tummy, to the gills, anything you like. Just go for it, go crazy, because I think of all the creatures that we've drawn, this is a really, really good one to use your imaginations and just go mad. Okay, so I'm going to go away into super speed mode yet again. I've done lots of super speeding, haven't I, in this drawing, and I'll see you back here in 20 or 30 seconds with a nicely coloured axolotl. Okay, 3, 2, 1, let's go. Okay, so So there is my finished, coloured in axolotl. What do you think? So as I said I would at the beginning, my axolotl was going to be very pink. Okay, so what I've done, quite a pale pink. Can you see I've added these nice little cheeks, rosy cheeks? I don't think they have rosy cheeks in real life, I'm not going to lie, but it just makes my axolotl look a little bit cuter. I've added some shading under the chin. I do that quite often. If you've watched my videos before, you'll know why. It's basically to lift the face forward from the body. Similarly, the tail, we wanted the tail to be further back, so a bit of shading there just underneath where it joins the body. And again with the gills here, I've done that sort of ombre thing from dark to light there, and it just kind of adds a bit of depth to your drawing. But I've pretty much stuck to that pink colour palette, using some sort of purples and a little bit of blue in there as well, just to do the shaded areas. And then just to finish my drawing off, obviously these guys live underwater, but I didn't want to just colour in my background this time. I just wanted to add a little sort of bubbly, patterny thing. You know, when we did our gills and we added those lines and dots there, that's not really what that looks like in real life, but it sort of adds a sort of pattern, a sort of texture to your drawing, and that's exactly the same with the bubbles. Just lots of circles, a few uncoloured in circles that are linked up as well, and it just gives the sort of feeling of our character being underwater, which is what I wanted to achieve with this drawing. So I'm really pleased with this one. I think it's very cute, even if I do say so myself. I was going to add some eyebrows, but you know what, I'm not. I'm going to leave it as it is, partly because I don't have much room for eyebrows, but also I just don't think this drawing needs them. What it does need is a signature, so I'm going to sign my name down here. Don't forget to sign yours. Everybody needs to know who has created this amazing work of art. So there we go, I've written my full name on this one. There we go, one axolotl. And you know what, I think this is the first time I've ever drawn an axolotl, and you know what, it was a privilege to do this drawing with you guys. Okay, the first ever axolotl I've drawn, I've done it with you, and I'm very keen on this axolotl. Who knows, maybe you'll see a book in the future by me all about an axolotl in a bottle. No, you can't put them in bottles, that's not very nice, although it is a very nice rhyme, axolotl in a bottle. Maybe an axolotl gets trapped in a bottle and someone has to rescue it. That could be good, couldn't it? Anyway, it's on the video now, so you can't nick that idea and make your own book about it, because I've said it on the video, and I own the copyright for that idea now. I don't think there's going to be too many people trying to nick that idea from me. Anyway, let's get back to the important stuff. I want to see your drawings. Get somebody to take a picture of your drawing, post it online, anywhere online, using this hashtag, drawwithrob. That way I'll get to see it. If you are watching on Facebook, you can just comment below the video with a picture. I'll get to see those too. And I really, really want to see them, because hopefully there's some lovely, colourful, multicoloured axolotls out there. And I can't wait to see them. I just cannot wait to see them. What else? If you're watching on YouTube, subscribe to my channel right now. There we go. Just turn your notifications on too, and that way you'll get told whenever a new video comes out. Another way to know whenever there's new content from me, just subscribe to my newsletter. Here it is. Just go to this website, subscribe to it. It's totally free. You will get sent an email when a new video's out, when a new book's out, when I'm on tour, that kind of thing. Because if I'm on tour, I always do a signing afterwards. You can come and meet me, show me your drawings, I'll sign your books, I'll sign your drawings probably, we can have a photo together, all that sort of thing. Sign up to the newsletter, that will tell you when that is happening. I think that's it. Stick around to the end of the video and I'll show you, you can have a little look inside the Draw with Rob in Space book, see what you think. But other than that, we're done. We've drawn an axolotl together. I've really, really enjoyed drawing this one with you. And you know what? It was you guys suggested this drawing to me. So keep on sending me your suggestions for new creatures and characters and Draw with Rob episodes, and I will try and do my best to do them all. In the meantime, until I'm back, which won't be very long, I'll be back soon with another video, keep those pencils sharp and keep on reading, and I will see you very soon. Bye everyone. Hello everyone, it's Rob here. I hope you enjoyed your Draw with Rob video. I'm just popping up here again at the end. Got Ringo with me, as you can see. He's having a bit of a nap at the moment. But I just popped up here to tell you about my brand new Draw with Rob activity book. And this is it. It's called Draw with Rob in Space, an out of this world art activity book. And I think you're really going to like this one. So what's inside it? Well, we have lots of puzzles. Like these ones. We have some bits where I've started off the drawing and you guys have to finish the drawing off. I really like this one. It shows the cockpit of a spaceship and you have to add the controls. We have some crafting ideas for you. There's even a card game in there too. And of course, plenty of our usual draw-alongs. Like these guys. And of course, once you've done your draw-alongs, you draw them in the little frame that I have made next to the instructions. And then, can you see here, look, the pages, you probably can't see, but the pages are perforated down that side. So once you've done your drawing here, you just tear the page out, stick it up on the fridge, ready to display. And then once you've finished the entire book, once you've been through the whole activity book, you've got a nice certificate. You know, this is to certify that your name is officially a space superstar. So lots and lots of interstellar entertainment for you to keep you occupied when you're not watching a Draw with Rob video. The book is available now from wherever you get your books. Try and support your local bookshop if you can. And if you get it and you enjoy it, please let me know and send me lots of your pictures. I love to see your pictures. Right, that's it. I'm done. You can get on with the rest of your day now. I will see you very soon for another episode of Draw with Rob. Bye everyone.